So very critical, but also it is driving a lot of economic development in the region. Significant economic development, both for wildlife-based, but also for agriculture-based livelihoods, and we'll be speaking about mitigation of impacts of climate change. Impacts are here. Wildlife can move where it is slightly safe, so that they can be able to adapt. And refuge for conflicts. When you have conflicts here, can we have connectivity there? And we've seen a number of challenges in terms of fragmentation of habitats, for example, wildlife crossing. How can we improve, even as we develop? For example, we've seen that if you're going to put a road where animals are crossing, can we, as we plan, can we provide for options for underpasses or overpasses?
The swearing-in ceremony for Rwanda district is underway as Stephen Kasiaba takes oath for a second term as district chairman. Now, over 40 councillors representing different sub-counties are also set to be sworn in. We're now joined by Rukia Nantaba, who joins us now with details on this story. Rukia, let's get into the proceedings so far. Who do we know as Speaker and Deputy Speaker?
Very good afternoon, Tracy. It is true we are talking matters of the swearing-in ceremony of Rwanda district that is currently underway. And just a few minutes ago, we've seen Stephen Kasiaba, who is the chairman LC5, taking his oath. And currently in my background, what is ongoing is the swearing-in of the 40 councillors of the different sub-counties in this very district. But Rwanda is well known for its tourism nature as well as the infrastructure. The landscape here in the Rwanda district is too hilly as compared to other districts within the Kigezi sub-region. And the issue of tourism continues to be the issue, specifically on the tourism roads, which continue to be in a sole state here in the Rwanda district. And that is one of the key issues that Chairman Stephen Kasiaba, together with his councillors, will center on as they head for the 5-year term, which is 2026 to 2031. We are waiting to see on what happens, but later, after the swearing in, we shall see the handover of power to Stephen Kasiaba, who has been the chair. He's going to restrain his power. We shall see the tools of power being handed over to him by the Chief Magistrate of Kabale. And later, we shall see the election of the district speaker. But previously, the speaker has been Mary Waguma, who has taken Rwanda District Council for the last 5 years. We are waiting to see whether she is going to retain that very seat. But we are here to ensure that we do bring you the details as they do unfold in our subsequent bulletins. Let me get back to you, Tracy, at the Political Command Center. Good afternoon.
Many thanks, Rukia Nantaba. Very good afternoon. Our security agencies have arrived in Bukedia to search the homes of embattled former Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among. Our reporter, Eddie Enuru, is on ground and joins us this afternoon. Well, Eddie, thank you so much for joining us. What do we know so far on this particular raid in Bukedia?
Well, very good afternoon, the country. I am coming to you live from my village in the Kamutur sub-county in Bukedia district, where security operative this morning accessed the premises, the home of the former Speaker of Parliament, right, Honorable Anita Among. This is where I am, of course, from the time the operatives entered inside that residence right over there. We have counted it's over. It's about 1.5 minutes right now. They are still inside. Nothing yet has come outside. But we have also the new development. We have also seen right here that the Councillor Laka, the lawyer to the Right Honourable former Speaker, has arrived and he has just entered. He has also entered inside there, where the operatives of course doing what they are doing, their investigations inside there. So that is the new development, of course, right here in Bukedia at the premises of the Right Honorable Speaker in Kamuturu Sub-County, Bukedia District. So the new developments, Councillor Laka arrived all along from Kampala. Of course, operatives, security waited for him, and they couldn't wait any longer. They had to access the premises without him, but he has arrived. I can confirm that we saw him arriving, and his vehicle is just parked right over there. He has just accessed the premises. Those are some of the security vehicles parked right over there. That's a second fleet that came in. We had a first fleet entered inside there. I've seen security operatives, the officers inside there. I see them coming. They also want to search what is in the other right house right over there. I don't know whether you'll be able to see. Let me just take you right over there in my camera, and I show you what it's happening right over there. The pictures you see they are coming, those are the operatives. They are getting into that house right over there. I think they are doing their search right there. This is Kamuturu and Bukedia, of course, and that's what is happening. Councillor Laka finally joins the team inside to do the searching. Those are the people inside. For the last 1.5 hours, they have been inside there, and probably we don't know. They will be able to tell us. I don't know whether they will be able to tell us what they got, but I see there is nothing they are carrying. I have seen them moving to another place right there. That's the team inside the former speaker's residence here in Bukedia sub-county, Kamuturu sub-county in Bukedia. The latest happening here, of course, we'll continue to give you much more updates. Right, that will be happening right here in Bukedia. For now, that's the latest I can probably give you as we wait for what will happen in the next few hours. Tracy.
Well, Eddie Enuru continues to stay in Bukedia and stays on this story. It is a developing story. We'll share with you details in our subsequent bulletins. The residents of Nwoya district are looking at a new political leadership with hopes of improved service delivery and economic transformation after the swearing in of a new district administration led by Chairperson Okello Patrick Olyema. The new leaders have pledged to tackle poverty, unemployment, land conflicts and poor infrastructure while prioritizing the needs of ordinary citizens. Our reporter has the details.
I, Okello Patrick Olyema, swear in the name of the Almighty God. Poverty, talk about poverty, unemployment, inadequate infrastructure, limited access to quality health care and education, land conflict, and growing demands for better services. I am conscious that every decision we make in this council will directly affect the lives of ordinary men and women, young people seeking opportunities, mothers struggling to support families, farmers working tirelessly to improve their livelihoods, and vulnerable members of our communities who depend on effective leadership for hope and protection.
The oath you have taken is more than a ceremony. It is a legal and moral contract between you and the people of Nwoya. It binds you to uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, the Local Government Act, and to serve without fear, favor, or discrimination. The people expect accountable leadership, improved service delivery, and prudent management of public resources.
Leaders of the National Unity Platform have gathered at the party headquarters in a show of solidarity ahead of an address by the party's endorsed speakership candidate for the 12th Parliament, Paul Mwiru, who is expected to unveil his manifesto to the media. Mwiru was officially endorsed by the party earlier this week.
Thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for the gift of leadership. Fellow countrymen and women, today I stand in front of you in response to a call for new beginnings at the Parliament of Uganda. A call for a more responsive, accountable, people-centered, and exemplary leadership of the national legislature. As you are aware, the legislature has been the news for wrong reasons lately. Even before that, the outgoing parliament has grappled with a better image since the death of the Right Honourable Speaker Jack Bolanya in 2022, characterized by lavish spending in the midst of economic hardships, allegations of corruption, yet Parliament is supposed to be the watchdog of the public expenditure, and insensitive leadership that has consistently hurted Ugandans. It is therefore the duty of all well-intentioned citizens not to only demand, but also ensure that the glory of Parliament of Uganda is rediscovered. I therefore offer myself to the members of the 12th Parliament as the most suitable shepherd who will lead the flock to the promised land. The pillars of my candidature. Countrymen and women, my candidature is anchored on 4 pillars: restoration of the rule of law in Parliament, equity and inclusivity, responsiveness of the aspirations of Ugandans, competent, exemplary, and accountable leadership.
We now take a short break, but NBS Live at 1 returns shortly with many more stories.
And all their modern ambition pace. There is no margin for error. So much here is familiar.
Over 1,900 games brought us here.
There is not a sporting heat quite like this.
But history doesn't care about the journey.
The Premier League is the best league in the world.
La Liga is far and beyond the biggest winner.
It only remembers how it ends.
You bought it. There's no other word. You bought it.
8 titles. 1 month of mayhem to decide them all.
Outstanding from Patrick Dorgan.
Stay connected and watch DSTV to catch the football season finale this May. It's on.
And that's it for today. Till the next episode. Like a daily bando, like a daily bando, like a daily bando. Omuliro nguwulira muli mu mutima kukankana like drums. Kalakata, kalakata, endungu ya kusabula. We gonna do free on fire, free on fire, free on fire.
Looking for a household cleaner that truly delivers? Meet Apo, the antibacterial cleaning powder for bathrooms and surfaces. Apo is formulated for 3-dimensional cleaning. It's a scouring agent that scrubs off dirt and stains, a germicide that kills 99.9% of household germs, and it works with water to wash everything away, leaving your bathrooms and ceramics hygienic and sparkling clean. Keep up hygiene standards without breaking the budget. Switch to Apo today. Apo is available at supermarkets and convenience stores countrywide.
NBS Live and Afro Mobile, Saturday, 23rd May, 10 a.m. Don't just listen, get inspired.
I drink a rock of boom, I dance, dance, dance. Nenye silver baka, I win it double, double. Boom chiki, boom chakala. Win it double, double.
Boom Chakala is back with double energy. Grab a rock boom or silverback energy. Check under the cap. What you see is what you win. Rock boom, energy for winners.
What would it take to transform the lives of over 10 million Ugandans? At Union Transport Alliance, we believe it starts with unity. But beyond just unifying transporters, we are bettering their lives, not just through bike loans, bursaries, home ownership, or digital solutions, but by creating business opportunities for over 10 million people connected to them. With over 500 manufacturers and fast-growing products portfolio, we are expanding access to Union products through more than 2,000 Union stockist dukas across Uganda. You too, your mother, wife, friend, or business associate can grow with a Union stockist duka. Register to become a go-to Union stockist in your area. Union, the better way.
Welcome back. You are still watching NBS Live at 1 with me, Tracy Kansime. Bukomansimbi District have officially taken oath as they begin a new leadership term amid high expectations from residents. The swearing-in ceremony attracted political leaders, district officials, religious leaders and residents from different parts of the district. Among those sworn in was the newly elected Bukomansimbi District Chairperson Julius Budeja alongside councillors and other local government leaders. Speaking shortly after taking oath, Budeja pledged to work closely with communities and ensure government programs benefit the people of Bukomansimbi. We now head to Bukomansimbi and join Zainab Namsazi webale nnyo kutwegattako tuwe ebisingawo ku biki ate bano be balonze bye beeyamye mu mwaka guno gwe bagenda otwala.
Neza nyo Tracy, number one, and yes, but what I want to tell you that a new political chapter has just begun right here in Bukomansimbi district chapter, the swearing in of the district new leadership, led by district chairperson Julius Bulegeya and right now here he's the one with us. Let us speak to him, but in our local language, Uganda, so that the people Bukomansimbi can understand very well his message. Chairman, tukwaneza ku NBS TV. Omaliriza okulayira twagala otubuulire biki byogende by'okubeera ng'otandikirako bwe nga ssentebe wa disitulikiti eno.
Okusookera ddala neebaza abaana Bukomansimbi abampa obwesigwa olwazikirizaamu okubeera gavana waabwe wa Bukomansimbi disitulikiti. Okusonga eky'okutandikirako tutandikira na bbalaza olaba tutuuka mu buli ggombolola tutegeera ebizibu ebirimu abantu ate tutandikira awo naye nga tumanyi bulungi banna Bukomansimbi ye disitulikiti esinga okulima mmwanyi. Ensonga y'ebyobulimi egyo tutunuulidde okukakasa nti enguudo zikolebwa ekiseera kyonna, ebyenjigiriza by'amalwaliro n'ebirala. So banna Bukomansimbi beesunge muzigo ekisanja kino tutandise olwaleero.
Nga mukyawenja akalulu abatuuze balina ensonga endala ze baasinga okugyayo ng'enguudo embi, okubeera nga ebyobulamu bikyali bubi ddala. Kiki ogenda okubeera ng'otandikirako gwe nga disitulikiti ebyo ebikyasomoza Bukomansimbi?
Okusookera ddala eby'enguudo nga bw'ogambye, kubanga tulina nga bwe nkugambye nti banna Bukomansimbi balimi b'amwanyi, balimi b'amatooke, tulina okulaba nti enguudo tuzitereeza, okulaba nti mu kitundu kyonna basobola okujja emmere mu byalo okutuuka e Kampala. Eyo nsonga nkulu nnyo gye tugenda okutandikirako mu kisanja kino nga twakatandika.
Tulaba nti no disitulikiti eno y'Obukomansimbi eyimiriddewo ku bulimi n'okusingira ddala obw'emmwanyi, naye bingi ebikyasomoza abalimi bano omuli n'ebigimusa eby'ebicupuli. Mugenda kukola mutammwe ng'obukulembeze bwa disitulikiti obupya okulaba nga mulwanyisa embeera eno obutayingira mu Bukomansimbi.
Ekisookera ddala tujja kukolagana n'ebitongole eby'enjawulo. Ekirala gavumenti etereeza okola kubanga waliwo ebigimusa ebibadde bigabibwa naye nga weesanga nti omuntu sekinnoomu omu babiri ajja natwala ensawo 100. So kwe kulaba nti tujja kukakasa nti waliwo equal distribution, okugabanya abantu ekirama kiriwo. Ekyo kibe nti abantu baffe buli muntu omulimi mu mbeera gyonna gy'alimu asobola okufuna ebyetaagisa mu budde obwo. N'okukolagana n'ababaka ffenna tokakasa nti twagala kuteeka tukole factory wano ekola ebigimusa mu disitulikiti yaffe, ate era ekyo kikwasaganya ne Honorable Hassan Muti wamu ne Honorable Salim Kiseka ne Honorable Katusabe tuli mu nteekateeka tujja kuba tubanjulira kubanga okulaba twempowering abaana Bukomansimbi basobole okukola ekifula ekyenjawulo byabwe.
Kyamanya ebigambo ebisinga tugenda kubeera nga tubyeyongeza amawulire gaffe agatako okuli amasengeti ne level 9 kankolekezo sogenda okubanga ate okwasaganya omukolo gw'okulonda sipiika wa disitulikiti eno. Njaga okutegeeza omuleyi wa NBS TV nti nno okulonda sipiika akadde kaneeno kwe kugenda okubeera nga kuddako olw'ensonga nti ntegeezeddwa nti nate okulayira kulabika nga kuwedde ku bifo byonna eby'abakulembeze ba disitulikiti eno Bukomansimbi. Tracy kankomewo gy'oli mu Political Command Center.
Tweyanziza Zainab Namusazi. And that story and details of that will be coming up in our subsequent bulletins. Now, leaders in Karamoja are calling for increased investment in the repatriation and reintegration of street children into schools. They say education is proving to be a sustainable solution to rehabilitation. The appeal was made during a monitoring visit by officials from Napak District. Richard Oyel reports. Leaders in the Karamoja sub-region are urging government and development partners to increase funding towards the repatriation and education of street children. The call was made during a monitoring visit in Napak District, where several former street children are now excelling in school after being reintegrated.
We are no longer the same. We are performing well in class.
Local leaders say education has become one of the most effective tools in rehabilitating children rescued from the streets.
As a district, we thought then that if we get these children, who are our children, we bring them back. Do not take them back to the community, but rather let's take them to school. Because the president has made sure that there is UPE, free education for all. So why don't we deliberately bring our children and put them in school?
They argue that continued repatriation efforts are necessary because many children face harsh and dangerous conditions while living in urban streets.
You find the way they're suffering, begging just. Then these children undergo, they sleep on verandas. They're used by these other wires, and they eat just these leftovers that they throw the rubbish pits. So they undergo that kind of life, very bad life.
Officials say about 1,000 children have so far been repatriated from different towns and cities back to Karamoja. However, development partners supporting the program warn that demand for assistance continues to rise, even as humanitarian funding declines.
So when they ask us for a new project, we look at our budget, and if we can help out, we get on board. And as you know, street children is no children should have to live on the street.
According to a survey by Window International Uganda, about 90% of street children in Uganda originate from Karamoja.
Indeed, this area has had several challenges. The socioeconomic indicators are low, although there's progress that has been attained. Two, there is periods of prolonged drought, therefore leading to food insecurity. There are also challenges in some locations where schools are very far away, among others.
Leaders now want long-term investment in education, livelihoods and social protection programs to address the root causes pushing children onto the streets. The Bishop of Lango Diocese, Bishop Alfred Olwa, has rallied young people to embrace integrity, hard work and innovation as key tools for transforming Uganda's future. Speaking during the 12th graduation ceremony of All Saints University Lango in Lera City, Bishop Olwa urged graduates to reject corruption, remain morally upright and use their education to transform communities.
I confer upon all those persons. Our society today faces many challenges: unemployment, corruption, moral decline, drug abuse among young people, domestic violence, and hopelessness among many people. You must become part of the solutions. Let your education become light in darkness.
You should be the one to preach what we are talking about in terms of morals, in terms of integrity. This is what we are sending you out to do, in addition to your professional job.
Now, Uganda today, I beg your pardon, does not only need educated people. Uganda needs trustworthy people. We need professionals who fear God. We need professionals who reject corruption. We need professionals who uphold justice and serve with compassion.
Government now has programs that it has put up. Involve yourself in it. There are several circles that have come. Join those circles and get resources. The PDM program is there. Get involved. Join government programs and be part of the government program. And that will be your future. If you do not do that, it will be difficult for you to be there.
The future of Uganda and Africa, I strongly believe, depends on young men and women who are willing to work hard, who are willing to be innovative, who can create employment, who can embrace technology and serve their communities faithfully. Do not despise small beginnings. Some of the greatest leaders started with very humble opportunities.
Medical experts have raised concern over the growing burden of sickle cell disease in Uganda, revealing that about 20,000 children are born with the condition every year, with more than half dying before their 6th birthday. According to health officials, Uganda ranks 4th among African countries with the highest burden of sickle cell disease. The Ministry of Health has, however, announced plans to expand sickle cell treatment to Health Centre 3 facilities across Uganda and secure local supply of hydroxyurea, the main drug used to manage the condition.
Speaking of the launch of the locally secured hydroxyurea supply in Uganda by Chupla Quality Chemical Industries Limited, the Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary Dr. Diana Atwine said many children are diagnosed late, often after developing severe complications. She noted that the burden of the disease remains highest in northern, eastern and central Uganda, with prevalence rates ranging between 13 and 15% in some regions.
By the time they come, they report with complications, and that contributes to early mortality. The families of these children face catastrophic health expenditures, as you heard earlier.
The ministry also announced plans to strengthen newborn screening programs across the country to ensure early diagnosis and treatment.
As we're talking about scaling up services, the access to some of these essential commodities has been a problem. And we are happy to know that we also have capacity to manufacture locally sickle cell tests.
Consultant pediatrician at Mulago Hospital, Dr. Deogracious Munube, says Mulago National Referral Hospital alone diagnoses about 40 new sickle cell patients every week, reflecting only a fraction of the national burden due to limited testing capacity across the country.
There are many children that we don't see, mainly because they don't have the capacity to test for sickle cell disease. So it's a burden in the country and even in the health sector.
Meanwhile, the executive chairman of Chupla Quality Chemical Industries Limited, Emmanuel Katongole, pledged continued support towards addressing sickle cell disease burden in Africa.
And we are so determined to produce hydroxyurea for adults and for infants. We shall provide a solution for this problem that I take to be an African problem.
Well, before we bring this to a close, very important information coming in from UEDCL of a planned maintenance shutdown that is expected in some areas in Kampala metropolitan area. And there you have it. Planned UEDCL maintenance works in the greater Kampala metropolitan area. UEDCL informs its esteemed customers in the greater Kampala metropolitan area that our supplier, the Uganda Electricity Transmission Company Limited, has scheduled power shutdowns from May 14th to June 2nd, 2026. The shutdowns will enable UEDCL to safely carry out critical network improvements works along the Lugogo-Kampala North 132 kV transmission line. These works are part of the ongoing Kampala Metropolitan Transmission System Improvement Project that is expected to significantly improve power supply reliability in this area. Date as of May 24th to June 2nd, 2026. Affected areas will be Lugogo Mall, China Uganda Hospital, Lugogo Balikudembe Road, Bukoto Crescent, parts of Naguru and Lugogo Naguru bypass. Outage duration is from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. As of May 24th, 26th, 28th, 30th and June 1st, 2026, Crown Beverages, Chireka, Mbalwa, Kamuli, parts of Chambogo, parts of Ntebetebe, Chilinya, Bukasa, Buto, Kakajo, Kasokoso, Chiganda, Chilinya, Chinawataka Road, Chikonko, Chito, Namataba, Masozi, parts of Chireku, Kamuli Road, Namgongo Road, Ndagire Road, Lubawo, and parts of Nalia. Outage time is still 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then lastly, May 25th, 27th, 29th, 31st, all the way to June 2nd, 2026, Lower Chambogo Estate, Nabisunsa, Nambole, Kazinga, Weyogerere Trading Center, Kakajo, Buto, parts of Ntebetebe Banda, parts of Chambogo, Chinawataka Wellspring, Nantabulirirwa, Buwanyi, parts of Ginger Road, and parts of Namave Industrial Park. Outage time is 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. UEDCL appeals to the affected customers to plan accordingly during this period. And that brings us to the end of NBS Live at 1 this afternoon. Thank you so much for being a part of NBS Television. For now, we head into lunchtime sport with Fifi, Pinky, and Stuart. Be sure to join them. Have a good afternoon. agenda to hostinga yangambye agenda to hostinga to a banquet then amale atuwe omwe byokunywa byanywa
NBS, the big political command center. A very good afternoon wherever you're watching from Eastern, Central, Northern, Northern, Central, Southern Uganda, and we're live on NBS Sport, of course, and NBS, the big political command center. We are here to champion Uganda sport, and that's what we're talking about. Remember, you can always follow us Afro Mobile, the biggest streaming platform.
In Uganda, East Africa, and the world over. That is at 10,000 in Uganda, and those in the diaspora, $2.99 or its equivalent.
Yeah.
Wabango olina sente Tanzania bakozesa ki? Tanzanian shillings? Kenya bakozesa Kenyan shillings? Ate Bania bakozesa Zimbabwe bakozesa ki?
Zimbabwe
bakozesa Zimbabwe dollar. Kwacha. Then waliwo je bayita dirham zili Dubai. There is a dollar, there is a yen, there is a euro. So you just equate it to only $2.99 and then you can watch NBS. For politics, there is a lot going around in the political center. Sorry, in the politics. So NBS got you. For entertainment, Sanyuka TV. For Islam, Sanyuka Gundi. Salam TV.
For the James
from mobile.
NBS Plus.
NBS Plus. For radio, 106.1. Next
radio. But of course, to confirm a number of activities that we over the weekend. Remember the big climax in the Premier League. Awaiting the game of the game of Premier League, Jerry. But to let you know, today is
basketball day. Jaguars, JKL Dolphins, and the big one.
City Oilers against the stubborn Blazers, the Mongolians.
Abana ba former Chief Justice Mukuru Winyidolo. Batunkana Haji Omar Mandela's troop. The dictator basobola okumudayo ne bamugamba tokyali dictator waddala. Oba asobola bagamba nti you just scratched me. Now I'm coming for my ingule.
So we have lots, but of course, excited rugby. We have Platinum Crate Heathens
versus Dr. Muganga's troops. Victoria Sharks.
My God.
Dr. Muganga yagamba talina tabbu bajenga we bali ate bajenga banywedde.
So you love rugby, we are sorted. The Toyota Buffaloes check on Plasco Mongers. Of course, bajakwenda kwa NBS Sport. But for our ladies, they're ready in Kenya to tussle Kenya in the big Rugby Africa Women's Cup.
That is game 2.
Tomorrow. Na nyechakare. Omuswaila gamba kesho. Itakuwa moto. Kama mbaya. Wachezaji wa timu Uganda watakuwa na wachezaji wa timu Kenya. So itakuwa moto kule Kenya. Abwe tusinza kumteka katika zingine baso tuli Nairobi.
Oyogera lulimi choro.
Tuli Nairobi Kiswahili.
And just a few minutes ago, what has been rumors circulating around the sports industry has been confirmed once again. Pep Guardiola, after bazanya mupira chi Man City.
Man City.
After their last game in the Premier League, which they will not scoop at all because Arsenal has already won that. After 10 years at the Etihad, Pep Guardiola hands in the towel and is leaving Manchester City with the 6 trophies of the Premier League, 1 Champions League, and many more of the Carabao Cup plus Wecho FA, and of course the Club World Cup after winning the Champions League. Pep leaves a man who is decorated, one of the most successful managers in the Premier League.
And Pep Guardiola will be facing against champions by Europa League, just Aston Villa. It's a big game to watch at Etihad Stadium. But on the other side, the Reds are pure Reds. Michael Carrick confirms about being appointed the head coach of what team Manchester until 2028. What does it mean?
It means that there is a lot of continuity and they are definitely riding on the good form. Remember, he has coached them about 16 matches and they only have 2 losses in that period.
In
16 matches. So that means that there is a reason for him to be awarded the head coach role. Michael Carrick, we are delighted to announce Michael Carrick will continue as our head coach, having signed a new contract. 2028? 2026?
2 years.
Bamwade only 2 years. Bae kanabo bekengedde omuntu lwaki tomuwa myaka ene oba etaano abatakoze bulungi. Aren't we going for short break?
Before we go into a short break, but Formula 1 is coming that month of June. Away to the big Spanish Grand Prix, and of course next travels. So wherever you are, you want to travel, you want to do or get that excitement over Formula 1. So it's just few days for the
Barcelona Grand Prix, Spanish Grand Prix.
But for our friends, chess. We talking about is it chess, badminton, one of the games. I think chess. Because badminton Semazinga, Africa. But for now, kiddies, we take a short break. But when we come back, we have lots for you. Vipers being crowning up, being our champion, and a lots of stories.
Nations.
World Cup. Oh. Something is boiling in the squad. It's the World Cup. Harry Maguire is not in the squad. Cesar Zipweta, Alinga Siwude, and of course Nabramanda.
Hey girl, so good to see ya. Power Within, what is this about?
A Karukasita the world has not seen before.
Oh, this sounds like a celebration of you and all of us women.
Sheila, you've seen the hits, the music, but this time it's more than the Karo the world knows. The stage goddess, a mother and a creator of good vibes.
Karukasita live in the Power Within.